Good morning, and welcome to Faith, Fur Babies, and Fashion. I'm going to start this morning with I'm going to tell you a story about my mom was a, excuse me, allergies. My mom was a 3-time published poet, and when she passed away, I found some of her poems that she had written that she had not published, and I think she was putting another book together. And she had written this poem about her, after my father passed away, she played music in a senior citizen band, and she was madly in love with the harmonica player. And he had given her, that's actually not true, it was her second husband. He had given her a pink umbrella, and she had lost it, and she looked all over for it. She never did find it. And then my mom passed away. And when I was looking through her things, I did find the pink umbrella. So she wrote this poem about having lost this pink umbrella. And after she passed away, I took the poems that she had written, and in honor of her, for family and friends, I wrote a poem back to her. So it's one of my favorites, and I guess I should tell you who I am. My name's Leslie Sousa. I'm the author of 3 books. I have done some public speaking, teaching. I worked for the government for 40 years, and my office recently closed, and now I'm back to writing. So I put that on the front burner, and I decided to do this just to see if I could. Honestly, it's just to encourage other people and to see if some of the experiences I've been through, if you can relate to them, and if possibly I can help somebody else. I can comfort someone else the way that God has comforted me. So I gotta find it. I guess I should have done that before. That was easy. Okay, so it was my mom's pink umbrella. I should have brought it in here and showed it to you because I still have it. Okay, I found your pink umbrella and headed for the door, the same dainty pink umbrella you'd held a million times before. The rain was coming down, hard tiny beads against my skin. I thought about your love, how things had always been. I remembered how you'd tell me when the rain was coming down to go outside, have fun and play, to twirl all around. I remember how you'd always say, my angel, you won't melt. You always understood my heart and everything it felt. As I continued on my way, your favorite carnations in my hand, I wished you walked beside me because you would understand. I stopped at the red light and thought about the times when you were right beside me and a friend of mine. I took the last turn and felt so all alone. Oh, I forgot they're doing construction downstairs today. As I put the flowers by your gravesite and I walked the path back home. I knew you would be smiling if you were looking down to see that pink umbrella, rejoicing it'd been found. Into every life, a little rain must fall, but as you so well taught me, it's then I must stand tall. I still can hear your voice. I will forever hear you say, show them what you're made of, come upon that rainy day. You would say that rain was a little bit like grace. And as I embraced the rain, I felt your kiss upon my face. This is from my book, Let the Sunshine In. It's by Leslie Sousa with Alberta Miriam Hilligoss Isaacson, my mom, and illustrated by Karen Borelli. As you can see, there's just some, I'll show you so you can see, some really beautiful little, here's the cover. And then just some little beautiful touches like flowers and umbrellas and that kind of thing. And this was dedicated to both of my sons, my pride and joy. Okay, so later as I get more familiar with what I'm doing, as you can tell, this is going to be very spontaneous. And I'm not always going to look my best, and I'm going to mess up, but I'm just not willing to put that added pressure on me to make it perfect. So anyway, I hope you like dogs, because my dog's going to be, well, I have 2 dogs, but my dog's going to be a big part of this. He's at the groomer right now, but after my breast cancer in 2020, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in February, and my long-term 12-year dog had died, and I really wanted another dog, because there's just, like I said, I hope you love dogs, because there's something about a dog that just brings you this unconditional love and this joy, and they're amazing. I think they're amazing. And I wanted another dog so bad before I was going to go through all this cancer stuff. And my husband was like, no, it's not good timing, which he was so right. I was going to have surgery. I can't have some little puppy jumping all over me. And I understood it, but I didn't like it. And he put me on a list to he surprised me, put me on a list to get a little Shih Tzu. So I would have a little lap dog once my cancer treatment, and I'll go into more of that later, was completed. So I got to go like every couple of weeks and see these amazing little puppies, and I kind of knew which one I was going to pick, because they had these big like white plumes on their head. They were so cute. And my daughter-in-law went with me one time, and my boys a couple of times, and my husband, and it was just, there's nothing better than sitting in a pile of puppies. If you have any puppies you want me to sit with, I'm in. But anyway, so it got to the week that, you know, I had my surgery, all of this and everything, and I was gonna go pick out my puppy, and I already had a name chosen. It was Aslan, the lion from the Chronicles of Narnia. So if you haven't seen that movie, I suggest it. It's a great family movie. And I had picked out the name, but I hadn't picked out my puppy. And the reason I chose that name is because a Shih Tzu means little lion. So I thought, what could be better than like the lion that, like, in a roundabout way portrays God in this movie, some of those attributes and all of that. It's really cool. So I went and I had the name, and I picked up the puppy that I was going to choose, right? And everybody, my family came with me, and they're just kind of talking and stuff, I was glad they were, because I didn't want them to hear me talking to the dog. But I was like, well, the first one I picked up, he just cried. And no matter how I changed the position or whatever, he cried. So I was like, okay, this is an Aslan. Put that one back down. And then I picked up another one that had that big, you know, thing on his head, the big white plume, I call it, on his head. And he was fine. He was just normal. He didn't really do anything or anything. And so there was this one little black puppy left with the tiniest plume, and my daughter-in-law, when she had come with me that one time, she said, oh, I think you should get the black one, because she used to be a dog trainer, and she said, I don't see many that color, you know, in the Shih Tzus or whatever. But in my head, I appreciate her input, don't get me wrong, I love her to pieces, but in my head I was thinking, oh, I don't want that dog that has no white plume on his head. So I picked him up, and he looked up at me with these beautiful eyes, big old eyes. If you've seen a Shih Tzu, they have huge eyes. And he wouldn't take his eyes off of me. So when everyone was talking, I was like, are you Aslan? And then finally, you know, I interrupted their conversation, and I said, you guys, it's him, it's this dog, you know. And my son, we've been watching him for weeks, all these dogs, and my son was like, oh, well, he's not the cutest and he's not the smartest, but I did take him home. He's very intuitive, very, very intuitive, in an amazing way, amazing dog. And so I picked him, I took him home in my arms, and for 5 years after my cancer, I don't know, there was just this bond between me and this very special Shih Tzu, Aslan. So, to make a long story short, in December 9th, he went blind overnight. And he got really, really, really fat. And I took him to the vet. I took him to UC Davis. There was nothing I wasn't going to do for these dogs. I found a treatment. He was diagnosed with SARS, sudden acute retinal disease, I think it is. I call it SADS. Horrible to watch. And he got so fat. And the reason I say that is because just to see him uncomfortable, like, he was always like very athletic. He could catch the ball 5 times in the air and in a row. And he loved playing ball. There's nothing he liked better. I did get him some blind dog balls. They have bells in them, and I do throw those balls for him. He can't jump in the air and get them, but it's like he still wants to play, and he'll go get his old ball, and then he's like ready to run and get it, and then he gives me the ball, and then I throw it a little bit. I always make sure it like touches his body so he can kind of feel his way for it. And but it's like he forgets. It's like he's ready to take off and go get that ball, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, I can't see it. Oh, okay. So the reason I'm telling you this is I'm gonna bring him on this channel, and I'm gonna put him on a weight loss program. I got a veterinary, I got a prescription for him, and I'm gonna try him on some new food and see if you can encourage me on to get this dog back to a decent weight. You know, that weight's not good on him. It can't be healthy. I take him for walks, but he does get tireder than he used to. But anyway, if you can support me in this and tune in there's going to be some sort of devotion or something to encourage you in your walk with the Lord. I'm going to talk about my cancer. I'm going to talk about my writing, and I'm going to talk about my dog. And somehow we're in there. I don't know if I said that right. There's going to be some sort of fashion tip. So my fashion tip for today, okay, so these overalls are so cozy, so comfortable. I'm going to show you these. These are Free People. The shirt is from Stitch Fix, which gives you, like, if you just, well, you can get a fix, but you can also just buy like one item. And if you find something that you like, it's just unique. You'll go places you won't see anybody wearing the same thing. I do get a lot of compliments on my clothes. I'm really pretty casual now that I'm not going into an office every day. So, and maybe we can go to a thrift store together or something too, to find some fashion, because that's super fun too. So it's good to meet you. It's good to have you. Please be kind. I'm just a retired old lady, grandma, that has been through breast cancer, and my office closed. Not that I want you to feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for myself at all. Wonderful, wonderful things have come out of it. God has come alongside me in ways I never imagined and made me whole again. And I think, I know I like myself better than I ever liked myself before, and it's all because of him. So give me the opportunity to share that with you. If you have any suggestions for SARS dogs, and I did try all the protocol from Iowa. It's a new protocol, and it's there's a long name for the medicine, but the short version is MMF, and I've done all of that, and I've been to UC Davis, so I've really exhausted everything that they're able to do for my dog as far as getting his eyesight back. So right now I'm just focusing on giving him the best, most happy life possible. So anyway, next time I'll have this candle lit about faith, and then I'll just say faith out, and I'll blow out the candle. Okay, have a great day, and God bless you.